Hi everyone, it's Karen, the Geordie Grandma. I hope everybody's well, keeping safe, staying motivated. I thought I'd bring you another eBay sales video this week. I didn't do one last week. I have been finding it difficult to get motivated, to be quite honest. I haven't listed anything in 2 weeks. So I thought I'd bring you a double episode this week. So 14 sales that I've had in the last fortnight. I have had 29 sales over the last 2 weeks, and considering I haven't actually listed anything in 2 weeks, I think that's, still pretty good. I've had 12 sales this week and I had 17 sales the week before, so it's nice to see it's still ticking over. So for anyone who's new to my channel, this eBay sales video, I give you a random selection of things that I've sold, things that I think you might find a little bit more interesting, kind of a wide variety of stuff that I sell. I'm going to tell you where I bought it, how much it cost, how much I sold it for, and how much profit I made. And when I say profit, that is profit after what I paid for it, eBay fees, PayPal fees, and postage. So we'll get straight on with the first one, and this is actually a double one. No pun intended, because it's a double quilt cover. This is an Oh My God, It's Christmas emoticon quilt cover. I've had this absolutely forever. I bought this in a charity shop. The price has been up and down and up and down, and did have a tiny mark on one of the pillowcases, and just for some reason it wouldn't sell. But this week I actually sold this one and this unicorn one to the same person. This one I also bought in a charity shop probably a couple of months ago now. Again, it's a double quilt cover, so quilt cover and 2 pillowcases. I think doubles for me don't sell as well as single quilt covers, maybe because the single quilt covers are usually for children, so maybe I'll only pick up double quilt covers if they've got something exceptional on them in future. I paid £4 each for these, and like I say, they did sell to the same person. I took offers on them. The Oh My God one sold for £7.50, and the unicorn one sold for £9. So altogether that was £16.50 plus postage, and after fees that was a profit of £8.54. So if you split that between the two, that's like £4.25 each. Not a good profit, but still a profit. I definitely got my money back, plus a little bit extra, but I probably wouldn't pick double quilt covers up again. These are something that was in the job lot I picked up from my sister-in-law a few months ago. If you've seen my eBay sales videos before, you'll remember I got a big job lot from her for about 30 quid, and I sold most of the things from there. I think I've only got about 2 or 3 things left. This one was this Playin Cards deck. They were camels and cowboys. I'll just zoom in a bit more. Don't know if I've got any better photographs. You can see on one deck of cards are gold and there's a cowboy scene, and on one deck of cards there's camels, and those ones are silver. Had a little pencil in, little notepad. There was some damage to the box itself, which was a shame. It does look quite old. I'm not sure what year this would have been made, but it was a nice item. There was unfortunately a couple of the cards missing, so I didn't really expect it to sell, but I thought I would list it anyway. I did have it listed for £9.95, and I took an offer on this of £6. I thought that was, worth it considering the condition and the missing cards. This actually owes me nothing, because like I say, I've only got 2 or 3 things left from that box of stuff that I picked up, and I'd more than made me money back, so it owes me nothing. So after fees that was a profit of £4.87. Next is this Inslee Wild Tudor China vase. You may remember that I picked up a box of Inslee China at an auction a few months ago. There was 14, well, from that box I got 14 eBay listings. The whole box cost me £25.04, so this vase owes me £1.79. I've got about 5 pieces left. It was a nice vase, quite a large vase, 10 inches, floral pattern on it. This is the Wild Tudor pattern, got a nice scalloped edge there. And this actually sold for the full price of £12.95. So after fees, that was a profit of £10.34. Inslee China does sell, but it's a very slow seller. So unless you're picking up large amounts for a very small cost, then it's probably not worth your while, unless you're happy to sit on it for a while. But I probably wouldn't pick it up again, because it does take up a fair bit of room in the stock room, and like I say, it is quite a slow seller. This next one is a vintage blanket. I picked up a box of vintage blankets at an auction again a few months ago. There was 10 blankets in the box and cost me £25.04. I've only got 3 of the blankets left now, so really good sellers. Not, you know, they don't fly out the door, but I've only had them maybe 3 or 4 months, so they have been quite good sellers. This one I did take an offer on of £15. It's just a plain beige kind of taupe colour wool blanket. Terrible picture there, I should have ironed that. That's really bad, but it still sold. Those pictures are absolutely awful. I'm actually surprised that sold at all. Quite a big blanket. I think I already said I took an offer on that of £15. So after fees, that was a profit of £10.05, and I'll definitely be picking up blankets in the future. Next is this Bell China Spring Morn Daffodil tea set. This is an absolutely beautiful tea set. I was so tempted to keep this myself, but I probably wouldn't use it, and I've got enough clutter in the house without putting anything else on, you know, as decoration somewhere. It was in really good condition. It had no chips or cracks. Just a really pretty pattern on it. These daffodils just scream spring to you, don't they? It's got a sandwich plate. It's got 4 tea plates, 4 saucers, 4 teacups, a milk jug and a sugar bowl. Just really pretty. I noticed the picture I took here. I'm going to have to really start watching how I photograph, because there's a few photographs I've noticed are really bad. And this is one of them, so out of focus. And this is the I'll just get that up again. This is the maker's mark on the bottom. It does actually say Spring Morn Bell China England, but you can't see it from that. I've had this on for maybe 6 weeks. Put it up at $49.95, and I've had lots of offers on it, really low ball offers. And this one here, this customer here who bought it, started off with an offer of £22, and I kind of counter offered a couple of times, and we finally settled on a price of £35, which I was quite happy with. I think the $49.95 I may have got eventually if I'd held on to it, but again, it's another large amount of stuff that's taken up room, and at the moment, you know, you need the cash coming in. So I was happy with the £35, and after fees, that was a profit of £15.83. Next is these Chinese pottery planters. Again, picked up in an auction lot for £15.60. There was 22 items that are listed from that auction lot, so these actually only owe me 71p. It's amazing what you can actually get in, you know, auction lots. They don't look like there's really anything much in there, and not a lot of people want to bid on them. But you can usually find some real treasures in there, and you know, you can more than double and even triple your money from those boxes. So they're well worth having a look at. So these little pottery planters, really pretty, blue and white, floral, had the little sort of stands on trays on the bottom. There was 2 different designs. They'd obviously been used, but there was no chips or cracks in them. 3.5 inches tall, nice little things. They sold for the £23.50 plus post. So after fees, that was a profit of £18.83. And considering I've already sold quite a few pieces from that auction lot, and it only cost me £15.60, that box was definitely well worth picking up. Next, we're into some things that obviously are keeping the children entertained while they're off school and under lockdown. And these are some Where's Wally Books. I've had this book bundle probably over a year. I picked it up at a car boot sale for £2. 6 Where's Wally Books with a little carry bag that went with them. New, they'd never been read, never been much out the bag, but there was a mark. I don't think you can see it very well on these pictures. Oh, there you can. There's a bit of a mark on the bag. Like I say, I've had them quite a while and probably just sold now because people are looking for things for the kids to do. It did sell for the full price of £15, so that was a profit of £10.36. And another book set here. I've had this, I must have had this nearly 2 years. For some reason people just weren't interested in it. I don't know whether it was because the make maybe wasn't popular or there was lots of them on eBay at the time, but I have had them. They've hung around for a while. Got them at a charity shop. I think I paid £4 for these, and I did take an offer on them of £7. I was just so sick of seeing them. I did think I might keep them for Ashton, my grandson, but he's only 3 and it would probably be a while before he was, you know, they were of any use to him. So I thought I'd just get rid. £7, I took it. And after fees, that was a profit of £1.76. Really bad profit, but at least I got my money back with a little bit left over. Next on the list is these white stuff Wedge Sandals. Really nice sandals, nice size 5.5. Picked these up in a charity shop. It cost me £3.99. I actually bought 2 pairs of these exact same sandals in that charity shop. These ones, the blue ones, and I've also got another pair that are beige that are still listed. Really good condition. They had been worn, but they are nice sandals, and if people were going on holiday they might have sold quicker. But they did sell, and they sold for, I think I took an offer on these of £15. Yeah, I definitely did. So that was a profit of £8.51 on those. Just a little story about shoes and selling them on eBay. I had another pair of shoes listed, and this guy bought them. And then he messaged me straight after he bought them, and he said, what is the bouquet on these shoes? And I thought, okay, what's the bouquet? Here we go. So I emailed back and I said, you know, that they're clean, they smell very fresh. And he come back and he said, oh, I prefer they are very stinky. And I just thought, oh, that made me feel so uncomfortable. It really did make me feel uncomfortable. So I cancelled the order. And he came back and he said, why have you cancelled the order? And I said, you made me feel really uncomfortable, you know, asking those questions. Maybe I'm a bit sensitive, but it just made me feel all, oh, creepy, you know. And he says, please list them again. A friend of mine has asked me to buy these for them. So I listed them again. And I had forgotten that the guy had bought them with an offer of £18 or something. And when I relisted them, they obviously relisted at the full price of £24.95. And he bought them again for the full price of £24.95. So I hope he's happy with those clean smelling shoes. Apparently there's a market for stinky shoes for some reason. It's amazing what fetishes people have, but never mind. Oh, I'm shivering at the thought of it. It really creeps me out, that. But anyway, we will move swiftly on from that. This next sale is this brass figurine. It is a man lighting an old-fashioned street lamp, and there's a little dog there. Nice little, it's solid brass. It was quite heavy. Nice solid brass figure. You can see the little dog. Looks very arts and crafts. Again, this came in an auction lot quite a few months ago now. There's quite a few items. I think I listed 8 things from that box. The whole box cost me £20.03. So this owes me £2.50. And after fees, that was a profit of £16.54. When I buy things from auctions, you usually get an invoice and it just lists, you know, the box. And when I get them, I turn it over and write on the back of the invoice exactly what I'm listing from each lot and how much each lot owes me, so I can keep a check of what profit I'm making. I quite like to work out the profit of these items because it just keeps things fresh in my memory for when I'm looking at other things, and I like to know exactly what profit I've made. I know over the year you do your tax returns and everything and you list everything and you find out your overall profit, but I like to know exactly what profit I'm making from each item. I don't do it for everything, I only do it on these videos obviously, but it is quite interesting for me to do that. So moving on is this job lot of Del Prado Soldiers. This was something Warren picked up at auction. He likes to pick up Del Prado figures. We've had I think 2 or 3 bundles of these now from the auction. There was quite a lot of soldiers in this. I paid £56.34 for the whole bundle and I got 12 listings out of it. And a guy from, I think it was Italy, messaged me and said could I combine a couple of listings so he didn't have to pay as much post. So there was this one that had a green cannon with it, and there was another one that had a silver cannon, and he wanted both of them. So I listed I combined the 2 listings and it would have been £85, and he offered me £70, and I was quite happy with that, so we decided to take the offer. They were all none of them were boxed. They were all out of the box, but they were still in good condition. They had no magazine with them. So these 2 bundles owed me £4.70 each, so that was a total of £9.40 that the wholesale owed me. So after fees that was a profit of £50.27, and I've still got 10 listings left on eBay. I think the rest might be a little bit slow to sell at the moment, but I'm sure they'll sell eventually because the Del Prado Soldiers are quite sought after and quite collectible. Next is a Karen Millen skirt. Nothing really much to say about it. I got this in a charity shop quite a few months ago now. I got it in a St Oswald's charity shop, which is quite an expensive charity shop in our area. I don't know about anywhere else, but I usually only, for the clothing, I usually only look at the £1 rail, because I mean, if you're going in to buy the clothes for yourself, they're probably very well priced, but for a reseller, they're just too expensive. So this only cost me £1. Just a Karen Millen skirt. It's got nice butterfly detail on it. It was A-line, beige colour, quite nice. Not much else I can say. I took an offer on this of £12.50. So after fees, that was a profit of £9.10. Next is a jigsaw, and I mentioned this jigsaw in, I did a video a couple of weeks ago on 10 items in my eBay stockroom that I love. I'll list that down below if you haven't seen it. This jigsaw was one of those items, and if it hadn't, I did actually say in the video if it didn't sell I was going to do it, and it sold the next day. Strange. I've got some more expensive items that I should maybe talk about, and maybe they'll just sell the next day. But this one, this cruise ship at night, it was a light up jigsaw puzzle. It was new and sealed. I got this at a car boot sale, I think it was early last summer. It did cost £5, this one. I took a chance on it, £5. Maybe I could have got a little bit more for it, but it was up for £15 and it sold for £15. And after fees, that was a profit of £7.48. And last but not least on my 14 eBay sales this week is this Yahtzee travel game. Again, this is another item that was in my 10 items in my stockroom that I love. I really enjoy the game of Yahtzee. We bought this, I think it was a couple of years ago, just before we went on holiday to Crete, and we took it with us and learned how to play it then, and I really enjoyed it actually. This is a travel Yahtzee, so it's in a round plastic box, really hard plastic. You open it up and it's got all the dice and the shakers and the dice holder. It's got the little score pad here. It also had the instructions with it, which is also useful for Yahtzee, because it's not an easy game to learn, or at least I didn't think it was an easy game to learn. This cost me £2 in a charity shop. I took an offer on this of £13, so that was a profit after fees of £9.88. Yahtzee is always a good seller, so if you can get it cheap enough, it's definitely worth picking up. So those were my 14 sales over the last fortnight. Like I say, I haven't listed anything in the last 2 weeks, so I'm quite happy that things are still ticking over a bit. I've actually got one box of China that I got at an auction just before lockdown happened, and I haven't listed any of it yet. So I thought I would do a video called "To List or Not to List" and show you all of the items in this box, and see if you think I'm going to list it and how much for. So it's going to be a bit like not a quiz type of video, but I'll tell you what I've got, and you can comment whether you think I should list it or not, and then in the same video I'll tell you actually what I'm going to list it for, if I am going to list it at all. So watch out for that video coming. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you like this kind of video, just hit the little subscribe button, and if you want to get notified when I do put up new videos such as the "To List or Not to List" video, then hit the little notification bell and it'll let you know when I've uploaded that video. So that's all I've got for you for now. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.